Bubble Busters!
My name is Hikari. I'm a typical housewife who lives with her husband Akashi and 3-year-old daughter Anna. We rent out an apartment close to the house of Akashi's father, who lives on his own. Akashi's father is very kind, and he raised Akashi on his own as a single father. He is very good with children, and he's been helping to raise Anna with us since she was a baby. He can change diapers, feed Anna her baby food, and is very reliable. I thought that it would be a good idea for us to move in with Akashi's father. But for whatever reason, Akashi and his father rejected the idea. They get along fine, so I didn't understand the reason for this. But one day, as I was preparing dinner, I received a message from Akashi.
Hikari, can you check your Line app? Leave the house now with Anna and go to your parents' place. Don't take the train. Go by car.
What's happening? Is there a fire or something? The alarm isn't ringing, though.
It's not a fire, but someone crazy is about to come to our house. Hurry! You might not be able to return home for a while, so make sure that you take your health insurance card and maternal handbook. Just hurry!
I'm in the middle of making dinner, and Anna's watching TV. I don't understand what's going on. Explain it to me.
Look, I'll tell you later. Just listen to me. I don't want to put you two in any danger.
I don't understand. Is Godzilla coming to town or something?
Yeah, kind of. Imagine a horrible monster coming your way. Just take everything that you don't want the monster to step on and run!
Okay. I'm going to leave the dinner preparations behind. I'll turn off the stove.
Yes, that's good. I'll take care of the rest. I'm going to be home soon, so leave the rest to me. Promise me that you two will be safe.
I didn't understand the situation, but it seemed like an emergency, so I decided to do as Akashi told me to. We had our valuables, like our bank book, seals, and maternal handbook in our safe, so that in the case of an emergency, we could just take the valuables out of the safe and evacuate right away. I put everything into my backpack. Anna seemed a little worried after seeing me pack up our belongings. I told her that we were going to see her grandparents, and she looked happy, so I was relieved. I took our baggage and headed towards my parents' house by car. It was an emergency, and my parents are always welcoming, so I figured that I could just call them from a rest stop on the way. No matter how fast I drove, it would take at least 3 hours from here. As I drove past the closest train station, I saw Akashi arguing with a woman that I had not seen before. Who is that woman? Did he want us out of the house because he didn't want to be seen with the woman he's having an affair with? I parked the car out of sight from the two of them and opened the car window to listen to their conversation.
What do you want from me? I can't believe that you hired a detective and lied that you were looking for your son, who had run away. How dare you track down my home address? I was horrified when I received a Line message from you earlier.
How rude of you to yell at your own mother! You failed to tell me that my granddaughter was born, so I had to come find you for myself!
Anger level 30%.
That doesn't give you permission to do what you want. Why do you think I chose not to live with my dad and rent a place close to home? I didn't want to involve my wife and daughter in your crazy world.
Ugh, it's been 20 years. Can't you forget the past by now? I feel bad for what happened. That's why I stayed away until you grew up.
The only reason that you stayed away was because you didn't want to pay any child support or my school expenses. And now that I've grown up, you're stalking me! You're so full of yourself!
Oh, you're mistaken. I thought that you would have forgiven me by now.
It's not going to be that easy. You left me in the car when I was a baby because you wanted to hit the pinball machines. And I was hospitalized for heat stroke. You stole the money that my grandparents gave me on birthdays and holidays, and stole my dad's savings, all for gambling. If that wasn't enough, you had to borrow loads of money too. How am I supposed to forgive such a terrible person? I'm ashamed to be your son.
Anger level 60%.
Like I said, that was 20 years ago. Besides, it was your father who wanted to get a divorce. I wanted to stay with you.
It would have been harmful for me to live with a mother that prioritized gambling over my care. I'm going to have to side with Dad's decision. For you, it's just an incident that took place 20 years ago. But my dad has been repaying your debt this entire time, and you only made the final repayment last year.
I told him that I would pay off the debt myself. It was his decision to step in.
His decision? I don't think so. You told him that he had to repay your debt if he wanted custody of me when you two got divorced.
I'm telling you that it was his decision. Besides, I quit gambling. I don't go to horse or bicycle races anymore. I just hit the pinball machines sometimes.
So, you do still play pinball machines. Why did you try to come to my apartment anyway? I thought you came to me for money, but it seems like that's not the case.
Anger level 90%.
Like I said, it's not money. I was worried about you and your family for a long time, you know? Because I wasn't able to take care of you when you were a child. I want to be here for my granddaughter. Oh, I'm so lonely because I'm living by myself. My friends show me photos of their children and grandchildren, and I'm so envious of them. Can we start living together as a family again? Please?
No way! My family consists of my wife, daughter, and father, and you're not family.
Ugh, do you hear yourself? I wonder if you became this mean because your father raised you.
You!
Anger level 100%. I was shocked to find out that Akashi's mother was still alive, but to find out how terrible she is came as a bigger shock to me. I need to get back at her. For the sake of Akashi, I'll trouble bust her. I guess Akashi wanted us to leave our house by car because he knew that his mother would be using this train station. I wanted to get out of the car and confront his mother, but I didn't want to complicate matters for Akashi. As I thought about my next move in the car, I decided that I would call Akashi. Akashi, when are you coming home? What's keeping you?
Huh? Hikari? Are you still at home?
Yes, because Anna fell asleep. So when are you coming home? I then heard Akashi's mother frolic in the background.
Oh, it seems that your wife and daughter are both at home. This is the perfect opportunity for me to go say hello to them.
Wait! We haven't finished talking! Damn it, she got into a taxi! Why didn't Hikari listen to me? I didn't want to involve you guys into this.
Akashi, look around you. I'm waving from inside our car.
Huh? I thought you guys were at home now.
We left the apartment like you told us to. No one is home. So, Akashi, that woman is your mother.
I'm sorry that I kept this a secret from you. She's a compulsive gambler, and she went into a lot of debt because of that. She left my dad and me when I was still a baby, and made my dad pay back her debt. I hadn't heard from her since the divorce, but after I got a job, she started to contact me a lot. Up until now, I was able to avoid her, but she somehow got our address, and she was about to come over to our apartment today. I panicked. I didn't want you or Anna to have to meet her.
It's okay. I'm glad that I found out. I wouldn't want you to deal with this all on your own. Let's get rid of the monster together.
Thank you, but I'm sorry.
Huh? What for? Why are you apologizing?
But I married you without telling you about my mother with the gambling problem. I'm so sorry.
I'm a little upset that you couldn't tell me, but let's put that past us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can understand why it was difficult for you to tell me about her. It doesn't matter.
Hikari. But why did you just call me? My mother got away.
I made her think Anna and I were at the apartment. I'm sure she is there now. If I'm correct, we should drop off Anna at your father's place to ensure her safety and tell him to escape to a nearby hotel if necessary. And then, you and I will go to our apartment. When we arrived in front of our apartment building, we saw that the lights were turned on in our home, although no one was supposed to be home. We wondered how someone got in, and then saw that one of our windows had been broken. I was certain that it was Akashi's mother. She must be close to 60 years old. I was amazed that she was able to break into our second-floor home like that. She really is a monster. Akashi called the police. The police arrived at our apartment and arrested Akashi's mother, the trespasser.
Excuse me, that woman claims to be your mother. Would it be okay for us to arrest her? Yes, please do. The part about her being my mother is true, but I hadn't seen her in 20 years, and she suddenly came into our apartment.
We have a 3-year-old daughter. I don't know what she wanted from us, but just imagining what could have happened to my daughter. In front of the police officers, Akashi and I perfectly played the part of the victims that were terrified of the trespasser. The officer sympathized with us and told us that they were heading straight back to the police station and that we had nothing to worry about. Akashi's mother insisted that she had just visited to say hello to me and Anna. She also said that she wanted to live with us from now on. But we told the officer that we had no intention of living with her and that we were terrified of her. In the end, Akashi, Anna, and I moved in with Akashi's father. We moved to a completely new location with a security system, and Akashi's father is helping to take care of Anna. Because of this, I am now able to go to work part-time, and we are all happier than ever. It seems that Akashi's mother found our new home address and has been trying to trespass once again. But the security guard in front of our building threatened to call S&M, and she had no choice but to retreat. She gave up for good after a group of buff security guards surrounded her in front of the building and scared her off. Trouble Busters!
My name is Midoriko. I live with my husband, Akira, and our daughter, Miki. I work remotely from home after I drop Miki off at kindergarten. I usually live a happy life, other than my mother-in-law visits my house every month. My mother-in-law makes it her goal to make my life miserable for some reason. Midoriko, I'm here! Wow, she's already talking like that? She didn't even tell us she was coming in today. She just came in unannounced like it was her own house. Oh my, you're still ugly. You should wear some makeup, darling. I am wearing makeup. I'm just not using over-the-top makeup as she does. And what's with your clothes? Did you wash it right? This is just a design. It's purposefully made so it looks rough. It's trendy right now. Every time she visits, it's like she drops a new diss track on me or something. But she was still my mother-in-law, so I couldn't object against her. Midoriko, where's my tea? Here you go. Green tea and sweet beans? What am I, 100? No, I didn't mean it like that. You know I prefer Earl Grey tea with cake. Instead, you give me this old-timey Japanese snack. Are you trying to make a fool out of me? How did she expect me to bring those when she came in unannounced? I specifically gave her these snacks because they can be stored for a long time. She's always like this. The only time she's bearable is when she's with her granddaughter, which makes it worse. We even send her a monthly allowance, but I still have to treat her like a queen. She's basically a parasite living in our house. One day, my husband and I planned a birthday party for Miki.
Miki! What do you want to eat for your birthday?
Miki wants to eat hamburgers! Oh, I know a good restaurant for that. My friends told me they have the best burgers in town.
That sounds like a great idea. I'll book the restaurant now.
I'm so excited.
Midoriko, please don't do that laugh when we're out for dinner.
Sorry. Hamburgers.
Stop it!
We decided to go to a Western restaurant for our daughter's birthday and ordered some cake for that day. On the day of Miki's birthday, Midoriko, the queen is here. Every time she visits, she gets a little more unbearable. I couldn't believe it. Out of all the days, my mother-in-law decided to come today. Maybe she came to celebrate Miki's birthday. What's with the occasion? You're actually wearing some makeup. And your clothes. You're like 0.5% better. That's so low. I guess she's trying to compliment me. I guess you finally listened to my advice, huh? What? No, I'm dressed up because we're all going out to eat today. Accidentally told her our plans for today. I just had to say something after she tried to take the credit for something she didn't do. Eating out? Is that so? I know you're just trying to leave me. But today is... If you're going, I'm going too. What? It's unfair to go alone, so I'm ordering you to take me with you. I'm not going alone. Do you really know what today is? I don't give a damn. She wasn't even here to celebrate her granddaughter's birthday. She didn't even remember the day. There was no way I would bring her to my daughter's birthday party. Sorry, we've already booked the restaurant for 3, and they don't allow any last-minute changes, so I guess that wasn't enough to stop her because she seemed more irritated than ever. Which restaurant? I'll call them myself. I don't really remember the name. Oh, how dare you? Huh? Oh no. Let me take a look at that. What are you doing? Haha, I knew it. You wrote it in your calendar, you idiot. Oh. I was going to act dumb, but I forgot I wrote the name of the restaurant on the calendar. That was when my husband and daughter came back home. Akira, help! Your mother's here.
She's here again?
Can you do something? I really don't want her to ruin today.
Mother, we have plans for today. So could you please just go home?
You're right. I shouldn't intrude. I guess I'll go home now. Wait, why is she so reluctant all of a sudden? Is she planning something? Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing. I was beginning to worry about what she had in mind, but at least she went away for now. We immediately got ready to go out and eat at the restaurant. However, when we got to the restaurant, it all went south. Hello, I think we're booked here for 3. I'm Midoriko. Hello, Mrs. Midoriko. Let me take a look.
This place is packed. No wonder we had to get a reservation a week before.
Right? I'm so glad we picked this place. Hamburgers! Miki's so excited. Mrs. Midoriko, please come here for a second. Okay. Just to double check. You did cancel today's reservation, right? What? What do you mean? We never canceled our reservation. A few hours ago, someone with the same name called the restaurant and told us she wanted to cancel the reservation. Could it be? Did your mother really cancel our reservation? Apparently, Yukiko called the restaurant to cancel our reservation. I guess it was her way to get back at us for not inviting her for dinner. We had no other choice but to go home that day. I was okay with her being awful to me, but now she's involved my daughter in this. I won't let her get away with this. It's time for Trouble Busters. I decided to go to Yukiko's house while my husband looked after our daughter. Mother, open the door! What do you want? It's already laid out. Mother, did you cancel our reservation at the restaurant? Oh, that. Eating at that fancy restaurant is just a waste of money. I did it for you, you know. Do you know why we reserved a seat at that restaurant? How would I know? I'm not psychic. You probably just wanted to feel rich or something. So you really don't know. Today is Miki's birthday. What? It was as if her soul left her body. Miki was so excited for today, but you ruined it all just because you wanted to bully me. Are you happy with yourself? That was when my father-in-law came into the room.
Midoriko, is that true?
Yes, take a look at this. I showed him the video I took of my daughter crying after she found out her birthday was ruined. Mommy? Daddy? Why can't we eat here? Does Granny really hate me? She's so mean. I didn't want to take this video, but I had to show you the consequences of your actions. Do you still think you're in the right here? No, I didn't know it was Miki's birthday. I wouldn't have done it if I had known. My father-in-law's face became red and he scolded his wife.
You idiot! You made our granddaughter cry. You constantly make our daughter-in-law have a hard time. How dare you make a fool out of our family?
I thought Midoriko was trying to live a luxurious life and...
Shut it! I don't want to hear your excuses. Now go and apologize to Mrs. Midoriko.
I guess her husband's words stung her because she came to me to apologize with tears on her face. Midoriko, I'm so sorry. Don't apologize to me. Miki's the one who was hurt. After that, I decided to go back home. When I got home, I saw Miki sleeping on the ground with her dad. I was so exhausted from all the drama that day. The next day, my in-laws came to my house.
I can't begin to express how sorry we are. Here, please take this gift from Miki.
Miki, Grandpa came here to give you a present. Wow, I really wanted this. Grandpa, was the first time Miki smiled since the birthday incident.
Here, I ordered the biggest cake in town.
What? It's so big!
Miki, I'm sorry for what Grandma did to you.
That was when Yukiko opened her mouth. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. Couldn't believe she dared to say such a thing. No, Grandma is so mean. You make Mommy cry. I hate you. You're a mean granny. I was so shocked. Apparently she knew that her grandmother was always bullying me. After being called a mean granny, Yukiko's face turned pale once again.
We should probably leave now. I'm really sorry for the late birthday present.
The father took his emotionless wife's hands and dragged her out of the house. The cake he gave us was delicious, making Miki feel much better. It was a late birthday, but it turned out great, thanks to the present and cake. Yukiko was heavily scolded by her husband, which eventually led to them living apart. After getting kicked out of her house, Yukiko had to live in a cheap motel. We no longer pay her any allowance. She has to live a very poor life. As for my father-in-law, he's a fantastic grandfather to Miki. He even comes by sometimes to play with her. Grandpa, I see a flower garden.
You're right. It looks so beautiful.
Your father is really good at taking care of Miki.
He told me he refrained from often visiting because of the frequent visit by my mother, but now that she's gone, he can come anytime he wants.
I'm okay with your father coming anytime. I hope he comes by more often so Miki can have a great time. This is how I was finally able to be free from my evil mother-in-law. Trouble Busters! My name is Hikari. I'm 28 years old and an office lady. I have a boyfriend of 3 years called Akashi. This happened yesterday when he and I went out to dinner to celebrate our 3rd anniversary.
Hikari, I love you, and how I feel about you will never change.
What's the matter all of a sudden?
Won't you accept this, please?
What?
Please marry me.
Oh! Without knowing it, I cried happy tears over Akashi's sudden proposal. The answer is a yes, of course. Our love blossomed bright and we were engaged to be married. The next day, we paid each other's parents visits at their houses. The quicker the better, after all.
Thank you so much for coming today. How many years has it been since I last saw Hikari look so bright and happy?
Perhaps my parents quickly noticed my happy mood when I went back home for the first time in a while. They welcomed my Akashi with warm, open arms, even though Akashi didn't really do much to be accepted.
Miss Hikari is always happy by my side. I've taken some of your precious time today because I wish to ask for her hand in marriage. May I have your blessing?
Perhaps it was because his honesty went through to them, and they gave him their blessing warmly. After visiting my parents, we went to visit Akashi's home to tell them the news. Once we arrived, not only were his parents there, but also his younger sister and her husband. It was actually the first time I'd met Akashi's younger sister, Mitsuha, and her husband, Kenji. I'd already heard about them from Akashi, but I understood their true nature after a single glance.
I'm home!
Welcome back! Thanks for coming too, Hikari, darling. No worries, I wanted to meet you.
Please, come in, come in.
It was nice to know his parents seemed so kind. I could get along with them. But as I was thinking this, Akashi's younger sister, Mitsuha, and her husband appeared. Hey, big bro, welcome home.
Good to be back. How are you doing these days?
Not bad, I guess. Is she the one who'll become your wife?
Yep, this is Hikari. She's gonna become your sister-in-law. Don't do anything embarrassing, yeah?
Yeah. I'm sure Akashi didn't say that with malice aforethought. He probably said what he said with more like a, it's about time you settled down and lived good lives vibes. However, it looked like Mitsuha didn't acknowledge it as such, and she went back to her husband Kenji annoyed, like she was gonna talk behind our backs. Hey, it wasn't 30 seconds before Big Bro started scolding me.
Well, we've been doing stupid shit for the longest time, so it can't be helped.
I'm so pissed. Mitsuha and her husband disappeared from sight, probably into their room, and I was able to finish meeting Akashi's parents without any problems. 2 months had passed. After seeing each other's parents, we rented a biggish house and started to live together. And tomorrow is the big day of the wedding. I was at the top of the world, so much so I wondered if I deserved this much happiness. Mitsuha and Kenji, who were invited to the wedding, came early to give us a party on the eve. Big bro, Miss Hikari, best of luck to you. Oh, Mitsuha, dear, thank you. Promise me you'll be happy. Big bro, if you ever break my wonderful sis-in-law's heart, I will never forgive you.
You got it. I promise to make her happy. Now, let's drink to this.
I had some doubts when I first met Mitsuha and Kenji, but I'm genuinely glad they're celebrating us getting married. We had a good time together. Oh, I already had too much.
I agree. There's tomorrow to worry about, so how about we call it a night early?
Sure, a hangover on my wedding day is a nightmare too. After thanking everyone, I went upstairs to the bedroom and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, I sensed something strange and opened my eyes. More specifically, I woke up because I thought someone was in the room, when I should be alone. Who's there? Akashi? I reached and grabbed the remote that turned the light on, half asleep when both my hands were pinned down. Who's there? This definitely isn't Akashi. Who is it? Could it really be Kenji? As I fell into a panic because I was scared of being violated, the door to the room opened. I could see Kenji at my bed by the flash residue. I could also see Mitsuha just beyond the door to the room. Stop! What are you doing? I screamed. Kenji sprinted out of my room at breakneck speed. As I started to cry over such a terrible turn of events, Mitsuha came into the room. Sister Hikari, you're a bad person. Mitsuha, dear. What were you doing with my husband earlier? Wait, what? What a bitch. I can't believe you were gonna marry my big bro and become my sister-in-law. Now hold on a minute. Level of annoyedness, 40%. I have photo to prove it. Big bro will be shocked when I show it to him, huh? What the hell? What do you want? Level of annoyedness, 70%. Well, if you really insist, I have something you can do for me to brush it off. And what are you talking about? Level of annoyedness, 90%. I'm shocked you seduced my husband, but I can forget all about it for a fee of 2 million yen. Level of annoyedness, 120%. Unforgivable. Troublebusters. Listen here, you. You need to stop this right now. Was this really why you came tonight? Tell me I'm wrong. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ooh, I'm so scared. Change of spirit, my goddamn ass. Aren't you ashamed of doing such bullshit? What's with the attitude? You freaking seduced my husband on the night before your wedding with my big bro, no less. Scandalous. I'll kill you. I'll tear you to pieces. Huh? Who are you talking to with that big mouth? Like it freaking matters. With what happened, the flower gardens in my mind were now completely ablaze. No, even more than that, a volcanic explosion seemed more like it. See if I care. I'm freaking showing this photo to Big Bro. Get back here, you! Mitsuha ran downstairs and I followed close behind. There was a drunk sleeping Akashi on the sofa. Big Bro, get up! This is terrible!
What? Mitsuha?
Big Bro, Hikari was sleeping with my husband!
What the hell?
That's not true. I was framed. Shut up, you two-timing bitch!
Hey, calm down, both of you. What the hell is going on here?
Mitsuha went on drilling bullshit like a machine gun into Akashi's ears. Her acting skills were true to life and impressive. During that time, I had nothing to say and just calmly listened to what Mitsuha was saying.
What a goddamn day! The ceremony is in just a few hours!
Wait, Akashi. I know, right? I'm so sorry, Big Bro.
Yeah, I'm a very hurt, very pitiful guy. With that being said, Mitsuha, you don't have to come to the wedding.
What?
What's with that photo? Taken at such a bad angle. In my eyes, it just looks like your husband trying to violate a sleeping Hikari. Besides, since this is about you, you are gonna use that photo to blackmail money.
Wow, you're spot on. Wait, Big Bro, why?
You also should have talked more with your partner and planned this better. Your husband's been peeking through the crack in the door for a while now, you know.
What?
In any case, your spontaneous monologuing became part of the plan when things went wrong. But now your husband has no say in this.
Oh.
You really are so freaking stupid.
At that moment, Kenji, who was peeking through the door, came into the living room.
Yeah, Mitsuha, now it's gonna be hard for me to be a part of the family. I'm really sorry.
Hey, Kenji!
Give in already!
I'm very sorry. Mitsuha and Kenji did apologize, but I really couldn't forgive them for coming into my room on the night before my wedding and trying to blackmail money on top of that. Akashi seemed to think the same.
It's no use! I can't forgive you this time. I'm cutting ties with you. I'm embarrassed to even have someone like you around me. Go home now. Never come back. I'll explain everything to Mom and Dad.
Akashi was furious and said everything for me. Mitsuha begged for his forgiveness, but Akashi would have none of it. Although it was because of Mitsuha, Kenji's crime also carried a heavy burden. Those two, who screwed up big time with their careless actions, were kicked out of the house in the middle of the night. On the day of the wedding, Akashi called his parents first thing in the morning and explained everything. Akashi's parents deeply and sincerely apologized to me, which was nice, and they assured that they would break ties with them. And then we were married without any more problems. Mitsuha and Kenji really did disappear after the incident. I'd heard they had no money and that Kenji had already been disowned by his family, so I wonder where they went. Well, it's best not to interact with people like this. Troublebusters.
My name is Akashi. I'm 28 years old, and I work at Trouble Stations Ltd. My job at the company is supervisor, a position commonly known to folk as SV. We make profit by managing gas stations and rent-a-car enterprises. Public opinion is dominated by the assumption that this area of work is a black enterprise, and perhaps this company is no exception, and there's a plan that newcomers will be assigned to each department starting today. For the first time ever in the company, elite newcomers from Tokyo Trouble University, aka Tokyo University, will be assigned to my department, and it gathered the attention of other departments. Good morning, everyone! Now for the morning assembly. This is Mr. Shiratori, a newly graduated gentleman who will be a part of our team starting today. Mr. Shiratori, a few words if you would be so kind. Firstly, good morning, y'all.
Huh?
This department's lucky. Starting today, I'll be a part of it. Any work with numbers and complaints, you leave to me. I promise to become someone worthy of leading y'all to success. I'm done. So yeah, Shiratori's little speech left us all dumbfounded. A sight commonly known to folk as a hate-at-first-sight moment. I followed up quickly so as to keep the work atmosphere in high spirits. Wait a damn minute! Mr. Shiratori, let's make sure to use polite Japanese here, alright? That's right. You're Akashi, the Mr. Supervisor around here. Why should I? I think it's something obvious if you're a working man. You're from Todai, right? Shouldn't it be axiomatic that you know you should? It's such a waste to use polite Japanese to the working class. There's no use. Is that so? Alright. Everyone, this elite gentleman from Todai has stated his opinion, and I believe he's too elite to be right for this department. Hey, the hell? What's with the attitude? I'm just trying to bring this low-life department to success using my genius-level intellect. Yes, you may be very smart indeed, but you aren't a good social worker. I'm thinking of appealing to the CEO immediately and get you transferred to another department. I just hope someone will take you on. What is this goddamn place? At that moment, the CEO himself suddenly entered the room. I just heard every word. Now, Mr. Akashi, calm down. Mr. CEO, I don't know just how elite this Mr. Shiratori is, but he's irritating the working atmosphere here. Well, this is the first time we've had Todai graduates come to work for us. Perhaps it's for the best if we also evaluate his work performance, yes? If you say so, Mr. CEO. I understand. Everyone, you heard everything, so it might be a bit harder, but let's continue normally with our work.
Yes, sir.
It was a morning assembly gone a bit chaotic, but it ended without anything else going wrong. Welcome, welcome. Please, right this way. Back it up, back it up. All right, you're good. Thank you. Hey, you! Get your ass over here! What the hell were those directions? There's a limit to how bad you can be, you know. Did I do something wrong? I'm so sorry. Shut the hell up! You're just apologizing with your words and not with your face! Fetch me your manager! I truly am very sorry. I understand, sir. I shall fetch him at once. Please, wait a moment. You just got caught by a strange customer. Well, you're not to blame, buddy. Leave the rest to me. Supervisor Akashi, I'm so sorry about this. Thank you so much. You did nothing wrong. No need to apologize. The moment I started to run to meet the customer, Shiratori ran towards the customer with such vigor. We're terribly sorry for our employees' inappropriate workplace behavior, sir. We will promptly discuss and appoint strict punishment to whom we're servicing you. We offer our deepest apologies. What a day. Shiratori handled the complaint without consulting me, and it was unbelievable handling at that. I vowed then and there that Shiratori's rampage had to end. Mr. Shiratori, I think you did a terrible job handling that complaint. Jealous, are we? Nah, it's not that. And, like you told the customer, are you really gonna assign punishment to that employee? How are you gonna do that? You just say these things to customers. It's the best way to handle complaints. What a freaking day. I've had enough! Trouble Busters! So you really can use polite Japanese, huh? I mean, obviously, I'm an elite after all. I really do believe in what I said this morning, that there's no point in using polite Japanese to the working class. Politeness is what you show to respect who you respect. You're done. Oh, you're so done! I see. But I'm not gonna put up with your do-what-I-want bullshit anymore. This morning, I made up the excuse of moving you to another department so I could sack you. There's no department in this company who would want to work with somebody like you. But I was wrong about thinking that. I apologize about that. I'm sorry. The hell you mean? I tried to throw you, a worker younger than me and under my supervision, out of the firm. As a supervisor, that was simply not okay. See, I'm going to make you a first-class businessman. And I'm not gonna go easy, even if you break down. Think you can keep up, Mr. Todai Elite? You're superior to me for now, so I have no other choice. I'll show you. I can keep up! Pretty immediately, I assigned Shiratori to managing a car rental appointments. And he couldn't tell left from right in this work. Mr. Shiratori, you read the car rental manual and memorized everything, yeah? Of course! Well then, show the best service to customers, and show everyone how amazing you really are. Well, it's my first time, and such things are important, I guess. I gotcha. Well then, let's try this next reservation. I knew that the next customer who'd arranged a rental was pretty strange. Then I thought to assign Shiratori to them on purpose. Hey, they're here! One Joma Macau. Joma Macau? So they aren't Japanese? Welcome! Well, a newcomer. A guy? A girl? I see a beard, though. Nice to meet you. My name is Shiratori. I'm new here, and I'll be taking care of you today. Ooh, how cute. You might just be my type. This is impossible. What is this? Is something the matter? Not at all. This will be your car for today. Oh, it's not the same as usual, is it? I'm sorry. I'm not entirely sure of what your usual car is. Hey! There's no excuse, mister. Pulling my leg, are we? Like a cheap stripper? What? You can't be making up excuses just because you're new here. Normally, if a usual customer shows up, you make arrangements beforehand so as to avoid rough situations, right? And you don't know? Give me a damn break. Yes, of course. I'm terribly sorry. And what are you gonna do? Gonna lend me the usual car? Or are you not? I came to his aid at the right moment, when the bench had warmed up enough. Madam Joma, good afternoon. Oh, Mr. Akashi. I deeply apologize for this situation. I've taken the liberty of preparing your usual right outside. Thank you so much as always. My, how slick you are. You know you're famous for being so quick with your services. Perhaps maybe we can... No, that's not necessary. Thank you so much. Well then, have a nice day. Servicing Joma Macau ended without anything else going wrong. But Shiratori, who'd been watching our transaction, came to talk to me. Supervisor Akashi! That wasn't fair! I sure as hell don't remember the faces of the customers! Joma Macau. How do you read that backwards? Okama Majo. What? Are you telling me that customer really was gay, sir? Polite language all of a sudden? You're purposefully trying to talk in casual Japanese, aren't you? What? That's just not true! You think that's cool? I always thought something was off when you talk to me and other people. And I can't help but think you're consciously trying to use casual language. I'm telling you that ain't true! It's alright. Me telling you all this has given you a just cause, has it not? Make sure you use polite language from now on, especially to your fellow employees. You can also tell them I scolded you. And also, you apologize to everyone whom you've given unpleasant feelings. You're gonna have to take care of many people like Joma Macau, you know? If such trouble like this arises, think you can handle it all on your own? Even the almighty Todai Elite have a limit. do they not? When I was done, Shiratori lessened the tension in his body and told me his true thoughts. Because I went to Todai and graduated as an elite, I foolishly thought I should act this way. Well, I suppose you aren't to blame, given you have no experience in the workforce. I'm so sorry for the trouble. A year later, the day that Shiratori joined us was highlighted as the Shiratori Rebellion and became an icon of comedy. Of course, he bowed so low apologetically that I thought his head would actually touch the floor. He promised to have a change of heart. There were some workers who didn't approve, so I said to Shiratori time and again, get their forgiveness even if it takes time. Apologize to them multiple times. Shiratori then did what he was told, from things like pouring tea to other miscellaneous tasks. Shiratori, as predicted, had an uncanny intellect and amazing adaptability to his work. He memorized what he was supposed to do in no time and started getting results. As for me, I was promoted, and now I work as a manager. But I have Shiratori as my right-hand man helping me out. I think it was a great decision to not abandon Shiratori that time. Helping people grow can be hard, but how good or bad the experience is depends on how you interact with them. I think that's what determines a good superior. Trouble Busters!
My name is Hikari. I'm a housewife, married for 1 year. Relations with my husband Naoki are great, but I just have one concern. It's that his mother, my mother-in-law, sometimes does things to me that I don't particularly like. I've had an allergy to eggs since I was born, so I'm not able to eat any. My husband Naoki understands this, but his mother insists. It's just a matter of like and dislike. You'll get over it as you eat more of it. She states ironic, illogical things. Is your brain scrambled or what? Such is my mother-in-law, but she was once a teacher, and now she teaches courses for bringing up and educating children to mothers, much to my surprise. What would you learn from such a person? One day, Naoki and I went to my in-laws' place to have dinner. Oh, hello. Come on in. I made lots of things for you today, Hikari dear. On the table lay rolled omelets with and without stock, egg custard, egg soup. What a coincidence! Literally everything I couldn't eat. Mother, I've told you before that I'm allergic to eggs, haven't I? Oh, did you really? Oh, silly me. I completely forgot. There was a big sale on eggs, so naturally, you know. I'm terribly sorry, especially because you made all of this for me, but I cannot eat this. Oh no. How rude. I worked hard to make all of this.
Mom, Hikari is allergic. There's no way she can eat these dishes. That's no excuse. It's not normal to not eat any of what was made for you. How did your parents educate you, dear Hikari?
Education my ass. I can say the same about you. I cannot eat it even if I wanted to because I'm frickin' allergic, man. But I wasn't gonna take a stand against my in-laws, and in the end, I never ate anything that night. Whether he was apologetic, I've no idea, but I was grateful that Naoki ordered a delivery for me. However... Well, you won't dare touch my cooking, but you'll gladly eat a delivery. It was darn near impossible to eat without feeling crushed under my mother-in-law's pressure. We were invited again a few times after that. Come in, come in. I've prepared something good for tonight, too. On the table was cooking that wasn't egg dishes. What a relief. Looks like there's no eggs today. Feeling at ease, I started to eat her homemade cooking. The plan's working. Did you say something, Mother? At that instant, I was bludgeoned by an immense sensation of nausea. Can't breathe. Someone help me.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I feel terrible all of a sudden. Blech. Oh my. Are you telling me you're getting sick because you ate my cooking?
Hikari, dear! How can you be so rude?
Please. The hospital. Naoki quickly drove me to the hospital. It was near my in-laws' home, so the fact that it didn't have an emergency unit was also unbearable.
This is an allergic reaction. Do you have any idea what caused it?
No. I'm allergic to eggs, so I never dare eat them. Wait, it can't be! I finished the treatment, and we went back to my in-laws' house. And I checked the remaining cooking on the table once again. Hikari, dear, Going to the hospital in the middle of a family meal. What a disgrace. The cooking is still on the table, so be sure to eat it all.
Mother, this cooking. You snuck eggs into the recipe, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
I'm not allergic to anything except for eggs. The fact that I had an allergic reaction proves there were eggs in your cooking.
Like hell you can prove it.
I checked the kitchen trash can. I knew it. There are fresh eggshells in here.
Those I used in this morning's breakfast.
She's acting all blankly innocent and trying to lie her way out of this, but there's no way she didn't put eggs in tonight's cooking. In the worst of cases, it was a matter of life or death for me. This frickin' in-law, is she trying to send me to the netherworld?
Oh, you've done it now.
Trouble busting time! After that, she periodically invited us over for dinner. I accepted and went to their place on purpose every time. It was to gather proof of her attacks with egg yolks.
Hikari, dear, listen. Tonight's dinner has just one dish that's actually a penalty.
A penalty? In my eyes, all are penalties.
Handmade dumplings, but one of them has egg in it. So, which one is it?
Yo, why are you saying that like it's a fun whodunit activity? Is your head actually boiled?
So, Hikari, dear, make your choice.
Then I choose this plate.
This one's better in my opinion.
No freedom of choice? Saying which is it while pretty much blackmailing in reality.
Here you go. Take this one. You like this so much more, don't you?
You're just giving away the answer. Wait a damn minute. This is unpleasant with criminal as a side dish. My mother-in-law forced a plate of her choice onto me. So I switched with Naoki.
Why are you switching dishes with Naoki?
Oh, is it bad if I do?
Mom, this has egg in it. Who knows what could happen to her if she ate this?
Listen here, it's selfish things like that inhibit her getting over her weakness in eggs. I made them delicious so I could give her a nice treat. So, you really were trying to make me eat eggs?
Oh, come now. It's a joke! A joke! Dinner as a game show can be fun, don't you agree?
I tried my best to get every unchanging, unapologetic utterance from her written down or recorded. And every time I went to my in-laws' place, I took pictures of the sneakily crafted egg dishes. One day, a lecture of hers was arranged at a certain children's center. The topic was the elementary upbringing of children. It amazes me how people sometimes have the raw audacity. Many housewives and mothers from the area attended the lecture.
Thank you so much for coming today. Today, I would like to talk about how food and how to feed children and help them grow.
Just to be safe, I sneaked into her lecture wearing a disguise. Luckily, I was able to find a seat far away from her, and I don't think she noticed it's me.
Nowadays, children and young teenagers are more particular about what they like and dislike. Not being able to eat this or that, and other such selfish things are a result of poor parenting.
Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Oh, Hikari, dear.
Recently, there's been an increase in old witches who force people into eating foods they're allergic to, saying that it's just temporary and selfish. What do you think about this problem?
This is not the time to talk about that. Stay quiet!
I'm actually allergic to eggs, but my dirty hag of a mother-in-law is always making me eat many egg dishes, even though I could actually die if I do eat them.
Will you shut up? You're so annoying with old witch and dirty hag!
You shut up! Plus, she uses allergies as concepts for games and jokes, and she cleverly mixes into regular cooking. What do you think about the existence of such ignoramuses?
I have no comment.
I suddenly started talking about allergies, and that caused the audience to shift and whisper around.
Oh no! My children have allergies too! If I half-jokingly make them eat what they're allergic to, that would be terrible!
More than that, isn't it insane that even now, of all times, they don't understand that allergies are health conditions? Sneaking in foods people could be allergic to on top of that. Unbelievable! To hell with harassment! This is downright crime!
Everyone, please calm down. We will continue with the lecture.
Please teach us what you know, oh grandmother-in-law who forces me to eat what I'm allergic to. My mother-in-law somehow went on with the lecture, but it was incoherent from start to finish, and frankly was a waste of time. On top of that, whenever someone from the audience would ask a question about allergies, she couldn't seem to speak correct language. It was so catastrophic. Seeing her with a tomato red face being criticized by her audience was a funny sight to behold. Hikari, what have you done? What? I just stated what you so kindly did to me. With how things went, you made me look like I don't know anything about allergies! But you really don't know anything. Busted! Thanks for making a fool out of me. Neighboring mothers also attended that lecture, you know. Is that so? Well, it shouldn't really matter, since they aren't going to see you for a while. Huh? I'm going to submit an offense report. Making me eat something despite knowing I'm allergic to it is grounds for charge of bodily injury. Now wait just a minute. Bodily injury because of a mere allergy? What an exaggeration! Say something, Naoki!
I'm sorry, but I can't support you in this anymore, Mom. Repent and get a change of heart, please.
Naoki!
At your age, harassing your daughter-in-law is a disgrace. No, even more so. I don't want to see you ever again.
Later, she was charged with intentional bodily injury and will be taken care of as she deserves. I had the medical certificate from when I went to the hospital, so I was largely advantageous. With all this happening to his wife, my father-in-law is struggling on his own. If you look upon allergies lightly, then I look upon not being able to do house chores as an adult lightly. We then made it legally impossible for us to see them again through to doomsday. Of course, even if we had children, we vowed never to let them meet their grandparents. Please, I beg you, at least let me see the faces of my grandchildren. No can do. I'm worried that you'll let my child eat what they're allergic to in the event they do have an allergy.
No meetings indefinitely? What will we do if we need nursing care? Take care of that yourself. Don't make us pity you.
I'm through listening to your selfish bullshit, in-laws. Goodbye and good riddance. I think they were really stupid in-laws, bringing upon themselves things like demands for compensation, being legally forbidden to see their grandchildren, and that they won't be taken care of after they grow old because of loads of meaningless harassment. Thanks to this, the stress I was feeling about my in-laws was lifted completely, and much to my happiness, I found out I'm pregnant. I hope to create a fun life with Naoki and our newborn, the three of us. Trouble Busters!
My name is Akashi. I'm a system engineer working for an IT company, and I have a family with my wife Shizuka and my daughter Aina, who's in 3rd grade. Since yesterday, Shizuka has been on a 2-night hot spring trip to Atami with a girlfriend of hers, and I took paid leave to make Aina her favorite dinner, curry with rice. La 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 la. Aina should be getting home from school around now, right? Oh, a call? From Aina's homeroom teacher? Hi, hello. Thanks for all you do for... No. Aina? An accident? Are you sure? I'm going to the hospital right now, so please tell me which hospital. According to her teacher, Aina was hit by a careless driver and was being transported by ambulance. As I arrived at the hospital in a cold sweat, she was still undergoing treatment from doctors and nurses in the ER. According to the doctor, she had numerous fractures and was unconscious because she'd hit her head pretty badly. The injuries she got from sliding on the pavement were agonizing. No matter how much I call her, Aina doesn't answer at all. Oh yeah, Shizuka! I have to call Shizuka right now. Ah, shit! Find time to not answer my calls or read my line messages. If I could just find out who she went with on that trip. Shizuka never told me herself who she was always going out with, and I thought it would be weird if I asked her, so I just left it at that. I regret not finding out anyway in case of an emergency. Then, I remembered Shizuka has a best friend of more than 10 years named Hikari. I quickly shot Hikari a line message. Miss Hikari, long time no see. Sorry for being so sudden. I'll cut to the chase. Aina was in an accident and she was taken to a hospital, but I can't reach Shizuka, and I'm at a huge loss.
What? Is she okay? You can't reach her at a time like this?
I'm afraid so. If you knew who she was going on a trip with, could you please tell me?
I'm sorry, even I don't know who she went with. Wait a second, aren't you on the trip with her?
What do you mean?
Wait, she had an accident at the place you're traveling, right?
No, that's not it. Aina and I didn't go on any trip.
Really? I was completely convinced you'd gone on a family trip to Guam.
Huh? What are you talking about? Guam?
Hang on, what?
Shizuka told me she was going on a trip to Atami with a girlfriend of hers.
Atami? On her Instagram, she literally said at Guam, though.
Wait. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I wonder if I can see her Instagram too.
If Shizuka didn't tell you about it, then I don't think you can. Her account is open to those she accepts to follow her. But if you didn't go to Guam, then who is this guy that's on her Instagram?
What the? A guy?
About this guy, Shizuka always refers to him as darling. So I was convinced that must be you, Akashi.
No freaking way.
That aside, though, I have to contact her. I'll manage to reach her, so just stay by Enna's side, okay?
I understand. Thank you so much. I was clueless about the reality that was unfolding. Shizuka in Guam? With a guy, no less? I don't freaking get it! Shit, what a day. Anger level 3 out of 10.
Hey, I heard from Hikari. Enna's accident, is it true? Is she unconscious?
She's still unconscious. I'll tell you the name of the hospital, so just come back now.
Now is out of the question.
What? And why on earth not?
I want to get back, but I'm in Guam now, that's why.
What the shit?
So I just can't get back in a few hours. I'll explain everything later, and I'll get ready to fly back.
Miss Hikari was spot on. That girl really did go on a trip to Guam instead of Atami. Anger level 6 out of 10. As I went back to the ER in a daze, I was told Aina had finished treatment and was moved to the hospitalized ward, so I made for that place too. Before going inside the room, I let Shizuka's parents and my own parents know. As I waited, holding Aina's hand, Shizuka's parents came rushing in, breathless. Akashi, my boy! How is the little darling Aina? She still hasn't woken up, and the results of her examinations are still not out yet. By the way, I don't see any sign of Shizuka. Where has that girl gone? She should have been on a trip to Atami since yesterday with one of her girlfriends, but for some reason she's in Guam now and can't come back to Japan for a while. What do you mean? I don't have a clue. I don't really understand either, sir. Anger level 9 out of 10! A few hours had passed. As my morning came without me getting a wink of sleep, Aina slightly opened her eyes for me.
Daddy? Grandpa? Grandma?
Aina, you're awake!
Enna, darling, are you okay? Does it hurt anywhere?
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness!
Where's Mama?
Oh, Aina.
Where's Mama? I want to see Mama.
In the end, Shizuka touched down only the day after Aina first woke up. I suddenly got a text message that read, "Nearly at the hospital." So I went down to the entrance to meet her. Anger level 10 out of 10! Why did a trip to Atami with a girlfriend turn into a Guam vacation with some guy? And she had the audacity to not come back immediately when her daughter was in a crisis. Unforgivable. Trouble busters!
Akashi, I'm so sorry it took so long.
Why did you stab me in the back and go to Guam?
I'll tell you everything later. Let me in the hospital. I want to see Enna.
No can do, darling. Not until you tell me everything.
What? I'm her mother, I'll have you know. Take me to her now.
Then why didn't you send me a message after that?
Because I was worried I'd be scolded and I couldn't send you a message.
So you were more worried about whether you'd be scolded or not than about your own child's condition?
Enna wants to see me too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she wanted to.
Then let me see her.
What are you gonna tell Aina? How will you explain to her why you couldn't come home quickly?
I'll explain well enough.
So does that mean you would lie to her? In any case, I want a genuine explanation, so let's go home. And I got Shizuka into the car and I drove back to my place. The moment we stepped into the room, Shizuka's mother, who's usually calm and composed, flew in with a dropkick, and then a follow-up with a joint hold by Shizuka's mother. Oh, what a play! Wait, Mother, what are you doing? It's all right, Akashi, my boy. She's hitting, though, so she wouldn't get injured, you know? No, Father, that's not the point here, is it? Even with those looks, in high school, she was part of the girls' wrestling team. Stop saying strange things, Father, and help me stop this! We somehow managed to separate Shizuka from her mother, and we sat around the dinner table.
My joints hurt. I was never even struck by Dad. How is it? It hurts, right? And it was in pain many times more serious than that, though, wasn't she? What were you doing this whole time?
Shizuka was silent, but started speaking after her mother started cracking her knuckles. She confessed that the story of her going to Atami with a girlfriend was a lie and had gone to Guam with the guy she's been cheating on me with. That guy was an ex-boyfriend she had before we got married, and apparently were in touch for years. All I could do as I listened was clutch my head.
This'll sound weird, but Aina is Akashi's biological daughter, right?
Father, what are you saying all of a sudden?
I don't know.
You can't be serious.
I'm sorry. We can't know anything for sure unless we investigate.
Shizuka, enough now. I'm filing for divorce.
No way! I've been a housewife for 9 years, you know. How on earth would I find a job?
You're worried about jobs in a situation like this? How this will be explained to Aina? Custody, compensation for me? There are other things to worry about.
Finding a job will be easy. What? The carrier company your father runs, he said there's been a shortage of youngsters and is having some hard times. You'll apply there.
What a good idea, honey. My company doesn't require any qualifications. You only need stamina. You were good at sports, right, Shizuka? I'll get your ass to work well. But we are a meritocracy. If we can't use you for anything good, you'll be fired.
No way! Mom, Dad, why aren't you guys on my side?
And Shizuka, I won't divorce you just yet. You'll do as you've been doing until then.
All right then.
And also, I'll be taking custody over Aina.
What? What the frick? Anna might not be your daughter, you know.
True, she might not come back as my child after the tests. However, I was by her side for 9 years. Even if we aren't related by blood, she's my child now.
I understand.
And then the meeting was adjourned. The next day, when I took Shizuka to the hospital, Aina started bawling with joy. She was that happy to see her mother.
Where were you, Mama? Anna, I'm so sorry.
Shizuka hugged Aina tight and fell to her knees, crying. A few months later, Shizuka and I were divorced. For those past few months, we were a disguised married couple, and I was under a lot of stress. But Shizuka was apparently thinking, if I can just get through these few months, I might not even have to get divorced. After much discussion, compensation and child support were set in stone, and Shizuka went back to her hometown. By the way, I decided to leave the fact that her mother was cheating a secret to Aina. But I told her, you can visit Mama anytime you want. As a side note, when I met Shizuka to get the child support, she had definitely put on a lot of muscle. As was discussed, she had started a part-time job at her father's carrier company. But she might be trying a bit too hard, honestly. And I'm also concerned about Aina having an interest in professional wrestling. What the heck are they talking about at Shizuka's home? Trouble Busters!